I finished another chapter in my Lord of the Rings reread here. This chapter is Helm's Deep, the big battle where Aragorn and company are backed up against the wall and the Uruk-hai come in and try to kill all of them. Now, I hope this isn't too obnoxious, but it's hard to read through this scene without comparing them to the movies. I guess the movies kind of overwrite my memory of how the books play out because it's quite different, even though the broad strokes are the same. The biggest difference, and which make me prefer the movie version, is the stakes. The stakes are established in a way that you really feel in the movies because all these civilians have been turned into refugees. They've been burned out of house and home and chased across Rohan by the oncoming Uruk-hai army. There's men, women, and children who are shoved into these caves, and if the Helm's Deep falls, then they are all going to be killed. And in the movie, you get to know the civilians, you get to know some of the warriors who get press ganged into fighting, even though they're like children, basically. You do get the line in the book of, oh, some of them have seen too many winters, some of them have seen too few, so we get a little bit of that, but it's not really played to the same effect and gravity as in the movie. And the other thing in the movie is that it really feels like they're on a knife's edge, like they're this close to getting defeated, whereas in the books, I didn't feel that same tension. Sure, they get sort of backed up against the wall a little bit, but it's not sustained for any period. They're pretty much on top of things by the time Gandalf shows up, whereas in the movies, it feels like if Gandalf hadn't shown up when he did, all might have been lost. So I don't quite get the same gravity and drama out of the book version as I do in the movies. But there are some things I prefer in the book version. Number one is it's actually very short and brisk. In fact, I would go so far as to say it plays out in a faster pace in the book than it does in the movies because we're not spending all this time in Helm's Deep preparing for war and getting to know everybody and cutting back and forth between Merry and Pippin and wondering what the Ents are gonna do. So there are some strengths in here for sure, and it's the most violence we've seen in the book so far, so that's always cool to see. Gandalf is in full form, there's a lot of banter between Legolas and Gimli, that's a lot of fun, where they're competing to see who can kill the most, and we're going to stay with them. The movie basically ends after Helm's Deep in the movie versions, but in this version we're going to stay with them all the way up until, confronting Saruman, which I love that scene so much, getting the Palantir and all of that. So we're basically stepping into what in the movies would be Return of the King within the Two Towers, which I think is great. Staying with these characters, seeing all these events unfold in this contained and sustained way without cutting back and forth. So yeah, I'm still enjoying it. This is one of my favorite parts of the book. Continue to follow me for more updates on Lord of